Hello, my name is Dr. Xeris Ouros Babadook. I have spent my life traveling the wastes and studying the grave mind and the various oddities that it has created. I have been approached during these travels by an individual to speak out and help educate the wastes about one of the strangest new phenomenon that it experiences, the unstable, the new strain that has freed itself from enslavement. To that end, I have compiled reports from my colleagues who either studied or had contact with the unstable when they first appeared. What will follow are the reports from a number of these extraordinary individuals. Please note that while much time and effort has been put into the understanding of this new strain, we still know relatively little about them. Much of our knowledge is subject to change as the new generation of unstable enters the world. Much of this information may be wrong, but it is my hope to lay the foundation of our understanding so far that it can be compounded upon by future researchers. We'll start with the experiment log of one Ruse Glassgale, who attempted to create a pseudo-unstable himself.
Wait, you want me to tell you about my experiment? Yeah, sure, I've got time. You see, I started with the assumption that I'd need a Noah, and that the Noah would probably die. First try and all. So I found someone who was down for that. The guy's name is Sand. He's a TV, which helps. His subsect's all about experience and altered consciousness. This really fit the bill. So, anyway, I assembled a small crew to operate, a doctor and a couple researchers, and me there to watch. We strap Sand down on a bed, and we start running a full blood transfusion. Now, I had given the doctor something like 30 little blue vials, right? With judgment on how much to use by volume. They're all 6 ounces, and I still don't know how many was appropriate, but Sand's a tall guy, probably has more blood than usual. So, the doctor starts filtering blood, the standard batteries and Mortimer dealy, but adding in the vials as we go, on tap. And Sand starts writhing. Standard surgical pain at first, Transfusions are agonizing. Suddenly, basically everyone in the room is hurting. And I say basically everyone because it turns out Bello and I were the only ones who weren't psions. Near as I can tell, psionic pulses kept hurting everyone. A couple times, even I had to focus through some shared waves of pain at the end. It was pretty neat. But, anyway. The doctor is keeping track of Sand's pulse as we go, right? And, I don't remember the exact numbers or rates, but I know it went from stress to bip, 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 really fast. And yeah, I'm not a doctor, but I know what happens when you overstress machinery, so I stab him with a quality mother's milk. Brings his heart rate down for all 2 minutes or so before it elevates again. Suddenly, his heart bursts. The rest of his organs too, I think. Overstressed. I direct Bella to run a quick sampling, while another doctor handles the autopsy. His partner is sitting there yelling, "Lazzle him! Lazzle him!" Naturally. And I have to explain that we need some bits of him first. So we get a basic diagnosis and we stab him with a lazzle. Because, of course, the cure for death by too much blue is more blue. He wakes up and he says something like, "I saw the face of God." I'm glad he had fun. He came back with megalomania too, which wasn't much of a change. Everything worked out. The best part was I had someone to sponsor it, so none of the resources came out of my pocket. I never did get to follow up on the research, though. From conversations I had with Zodiac, he probably could have done it much better than my staff. Make people more resilient like I was going for. Accidentally unstabling someone was a known potential, but it wasn't the strict goal. Anyway, for a while afterwards, I was focusing on producing Lazzles, and I didn't have the time or resources to keep it up. And then I hear that Unstable kind of stabilized. That's neat. I'd love to have that researched. Yeah, I'm told that there are people now. I kind of got whiplash from that, honestly. I'm optimistic, though. If nothing else, I'm pretty sure they can't control people anymore. You see, the infection in them was all sorts of clashing due to, I don't know, the researchers not understanding compatibility or jamming in a lot of different donors. But all that gunk inside of them was geared towards signal boosting. Lowercase signal. And I guess it must have stabilized enough to allow them to survive a trip to the grave mind, because they couldn't before. Pretty sure the two aren't compatible, Hopefully a couple show up and talk to someone more tactful than me. I kind of want to experiment, and I doubt they'd appreciate it. But yeah, I should get going. I've got some more brewing to do and terrorism to plot. Let me know if this inspires anyone, yeah?